And it's the moment we've all been waiting for. We'll toss it over to the other perch, Al Koken, with Garnet Hathaway.
Alexa, thanks very much. You've chipped in for a few of those $100 for Burke River Bank, right?
That's nice of you to say. Yeah, maybe a few. Hopefully more.
Hopefully more as well. I got to ask you, how's baby Ella doing?
She's great. Yeah.
How old now? How many weeks now?
She's about 8 weeks today, actually. Yeah, 8 weeks. Right? Yeah, tomorrow. I don't know what day is it now. Yeah, she's doing great. Mom's doing well as well.
And is Luke now understanding he's big brother Luke?
Yeah, a little bit. It's touch and go sometimes. He's 20 months today, so he's learning it. Every day is a little more. Yeah. He's a little more affectionate, I'd say, which is nice.
Well, we've got a little while to go before you take him at 7 years old on the same trip you took when you were 7 years old, when your dad and your mom, you and your 4 brothers and sisters, around the world in 99 days. When I read that story, I'm like, come on. But you went everywhere, right? I mean, this was not just let's go to Disney World. This was everywhere around the world you went.
Yeah, it was, here's the pictures now. It was unbelievable. We got to experience so many different countries, situations, and it wasn't Disney World trip. It was what you have on your back. That's what you're bringing with you.
This is not Photoshop. That's the Great Wall.
That's the Great Wall. That's us in Athens running around the track for the first, where the Olympics were. Right. Those are, I think I had those pair of pants on every day. They zipped into shorts. I should get a pair now, honestly. God, I remember the trampoline jumping there. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we base camp at Mount Everest. Just things I'll never forget.
How did that shape you, though? I mean, at 7 years old, I know a lot of it probably is too much to take in, but it's got to have had a lasting impact on your entire life.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so grateful that we had the chance to do it. It was a long time to wait, to be away from home. My four older siblings, I have 3 sisters and a brother, so we still talk about it. And we bring up those memories that shaped us, and I think really helped molded us as we were kids and growing into adults and appreciating what we have, and being able to reach out and help when we can.
It's amazing. Another good memory actually took place in this building when you were a young guy, too, with your brother Ephraim, who was a big Capitals fan, even though you guys were in Maine, where it's Bruins country. But you were here, and you had a chance, if the Capitals won, to get down to that locker room, right?
Yeah, that was an amazing experience. And so the AHL team, the Portland Pirates, were the minor league team for the Caps at that point. And it was my brother was a huge Olaf Kolzig fan. My brother Ephraim, so he, we had the chance to come down here through a connection with my uncle and Ted Leonsis. So it was they were playing Toronto. I'll never forget it. If we won, we got to go. If they won, we won. I was already buying in. If they won, we got to go down to the locker room and meet Ole, meet a couple of the guys, and I still have the stick. Cal Johansson's stick signed by the team, and it's in my house in Arlington right now. So it's close. It's a close memory, and I keep it around.
Is that something though that kind of gets you thinking this could be me one day?
Yeah, I think that was one of the first introductions that said, hey, this is the NHL. It's reachable. It's out there, and it's I feel it when I am able to see fans now. It's, hey, I can make a kid's day like they made mine, and make it a realistic expectation and a goal, a reachable goal, and that's how I felt.
But that was something your dad said to you too, right? If you can dream it, you can do it, right?
Yeah, and that was, I had a childhood. My mom and dad were pushing us for our hard work ethic, and being able to accomplish things that you dreamt for. Take a little bit of time every day to look out the window and daydream a little bit and find a goal that you want, and that was a lot of my childhood, was reiterating that, reinforcing that, and just trying to find a goal that's reachable and working towards it.
When did you start to get a sense that you were going to be good at hockey, whether it was an NHL level? But I mean, you at Phillips Academy, outstanding prep school. You played with Chris Kreider, was one of your teammates, right? When did that kind of sink in that maybe I can make a little move here?
Yeah, Chris is a close friend of mine, and he had an unbelievable high school career, and to see him and to get drafted in the first round, as a close friend, and said, hey, like this is doable. Guys I know, guys I'm really close with, friends with, they can make it. Why can't I? And I was lucky enough to be able to train with Chris for a while and find out what it takes. Get a taste of really what it might take to get to the next level, and that was playing D1 hockey for me? Can I get there? Can I not? And pushing that limit every day.
You ended up at Brown. Did you have other offers to go other places?
There was a few other places, but it goes back to my childhood where, the education side of it was such a big part of my decision, and I'm really happy I did. I had a wonderful experience at Brown, and lifelong friends, but also it was an awesome stepping stone for me to be able to get here where I am.
The A there, you also wore the C, and after though you finished your senior season, did you think this is it, or did you really kind of get a sense of maybe I can do something a little further on into the NHL? Where did that kind of spark to decide to say, you know what, I've got a Brown education, I can do a lot of things, but I still want to live out this dream?
Yeah, it was, I played with a lot of phenomenal teammates. Harry Zolnarchuk was a senior when I was a freshman, and he was a guy I looked up to that said, after his senior year, sign an NHL contract. And my goal at that point, I was, incremental goals, trying to find out what I can do next. And I wanted to be invited to development camp as an undrafted player. That was my next goal. And I was invited after my junior year, and I went to Pittsburgh and Boston's development camps, back-to-back weeks, and got, I accomplished that goal. And then I had to find the next one. And I was fortunate enough to have, even more other teammates that sign NHL contracts, and it was that much more reachable. Yeah. And then, I signed a minor league deal after my senior year, and just tried to keep finding goals that I can strive for and work towards.
And that was with Calgary then. So you started the Calgary organization. Now you scored, you put up points at Brown, but did you kind of know I'm going to have to create a little different path to get to the National Hockey League as opposed to dangling the way I used to do in the Ivy League? Now I may have to do something
Now you're
different.
being nice to me. You don't have video of that, do you? I had a coach, Mike Souza. He's the UNH coach now. He brought me aside and he said, find out what you're good at. Really think about your game. Think about what you're good at, and be the best at it. Try and strive to be the best at that, and you'll find a role for yourself. You'll continue to build your game, but you need to make that role, that niche, and then you can build from that. And that's what I've tried to do and continue to do throughout my career.
Well, you've always been one of the hit leaders in the National Hockey League, but it's also these situations that I always see. Every time I look up and there's a scrum, I'm saying, I got to know that number 21's right in the middle of it. That's a role that you seem to not only thrive at, but enjoy doing.
It's one of those things that I think has, it's created energy for our team, but it's helped me find my spot in this league, and it's something that when I'm on, I'm doing well. I'm continuing to focus on, but there's a line. There's a fine line in the NHL, and to be able to straddle that line and really find out what it takes and where you can go and where you can't. Right. That's something I continue to learn and work on.
Give me a good story of somebody in the middle of a scrum that maybe said something that maybe cracked you up, just something completely out of the blue.
Oh, how delayed is this? So I don't say something my mom wouldn't want to hear. No, it's every game. People are witty. They're quick in this league, and you have to be on your toes. And it's probably for the best that we're not mic'd up every night. I would be apologizing to my mom probably every night, but it's one of those things that guys will catch you off guard, but you got a couple lined up in your back pocket that you're always ready to say. And then I usually have Nick behind me to say something as well. He's quick.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, because did you know Nick at all before you two got here to Washington together?
Not at all, actually.
Yeah.
I remember I was staying in the hotel down near Ballston the first night, and I was walking around and I ran into this guy named Nick and his wife Paige, and ever since then we've been playing together almost every game, but a good portion of these last 3.5 years. So I've been really lucky to not only be able to play with him, but have the friendship we do off the ice as well.
I'm missing the podcast too, the Between Two Blue Line. Are you going to bring that back?
I'll talk to Nick about it. I think we might need a third host, and maybe if you got some free time, Al.
I'd love to be. That's great. But the chemistry between the two of you off the ice, does that play a role on how good you guys are on the ice?
I think so. I would say off ice we talk a lot, maybe too much some would say, but but on the ice it's that non-verbal communication that I think we've built over over the last few years, and it's fun. I'm so happy for him on his career, how he's become successful, but we've had a similar journey, and it's one that we You know, we can appreciate the good times, but we know the hard work that it took to get us here.
Did it feel strange not being on the line with him tonight?
It was. We talked a little bit about it. It's a long season, and we're trying to create some energy and change some things right now.
We were just talking about Alex Ovechkin with all the kids out there yesterday and how he posed for every single picture and how great that was. We were talking about how it seems like almost everybody on this team has something that they're very close to. And years with Hath Heroes, how did that start, and what kind of satisfaction has that given you to see the success that it's had?
When I was in Calgary, there were some great role models there that were veteran players, guys who've been in the league for a while. Mark Giordano, Backlund was there, and those guys had such an amazing impact on the community we were in. They brought us in as young players to say, hey, this is what we do in the community. There's ways you can help. You have the platform to do it. And I was lucky to get to Washington and have an opportunity to give back, and with the platform that we have and the organization that helps us give back so much. So I've done a few firehouse visits, and that's me in the bomb squad, and it was crazy. But meeting the individuals that protect us
every single day,
every single day,
line,
and
yeah.
Whether we went through a pandemic, families get sick, everything can happen, and they're still there to make sure that we're safe in any time of need. And to be able to give back, it's really special for me. But I've been able to have great people to help me, the Caps organization, my wife Lindsay, and really everyone that we've reached out to has been more than happy to help out and help our DMV first responders.
Well, it's a great cause as well. And we've got the birthday boy and Alexa over there as well. And I'm sitting with definitely one of the sharpest dressed guys, Alexa, as you can see. But Alan and Alexa, Alan, you're kind of a very similar path, undrafted, and kind of fought your way and grinded your way to the National Hockey League as well.
Well, you know what I like and admire the most about Garnet's path to the National Hockey League is he figured out a way to be relevant on every team that he was on. And I have to admit this, Garnet, when I was watching you, I watch all the Edmonton games, all the Calgary games. Typically on a Saturday night, I love watching the Hockey Night in Canada games. And there was this guy on Calgary that used to drive me absolutely crazy. His name was Garnet Hathaway, looked just like you. And he used to really like get under my skin. I'm more an Oiler guy than I am a Calgary guy. I played for both teams, but I could care less about the Flames. It was the Oilers. It's like I'm blue and orange on the inside growing up. And I look, and this guy was driving me crazy. And then when Max signed you, I was like, that makes sense, because that kid drove me absolutely crazy watching the game. He was so annoying. But I would like to say, though, is your attitude of how you made it and figuring out, your goals. And I always believe that. I always taught it was my steps to success. And with you, when I look at it, a kid with a great college education, you took an off-beaten path, because we know that Maine is like the hotbed of American hockey. And, you come from, are you born in Kennebunkport or are you born in Naples? What is it?
I was born in Naples. Lived about 6 months down there, and then had spent the rest of the time in Maine. So I was brought in. We had a pond at my house that froze over, and before I could walk, pretty much I was trying to skate.
Yeah, and it goes back to, you doing that. But I look back and the things you said, your incremental goals and the things that you did and how you made it. You have to identify. We see so many kids that are first-rounders, second-rounders, third-rounders who get drafted at such a young age, but they don't figure it out. You come here to Washington, you got Ovechkin on the left side. It's not like you're going to be the guy that's on the power play getting all the ice time. You got to figure out your role, and I really commend you for figuring out your role. And when you think of that and how you did it, I know your dad's an important figure in your life, but which coach along the way really helped you identify what you needed to do to get to the next level? Because it's not easy being a pain in the ass, and it's tough to convince yourself to be physical and put your body on the line. So you had to have someone along the way that was a great influence on your career.
I think, the first coach that comes to my mind is Mike Souza, and he's the head coach at UNH right now. He was an assistant at Brown my sophomore and junior years, and that was a time when, trying to become a pro hockey player was in its prime, right? It was, hey, this is when you get noticed. You need great seasons right now, but how does the pro game differ from the college game? I think I've been more successful in the pro game than I was in the college game, and that's finding that role. I have a different role here than I did in college, but to be able to figure that out and to work at it, I think that's what helped me stay and continue to build my role.
And Alexa, I think Alan can be a good role model that you can be a pain in the ass on TV after you're done with your playing days, too. So, Garnet, see what you can do right there.
Yeah, something like that. That's what I deal with on a nightly basis. Well, Garnet, kind of along those same lines, you bring the energy, a fan favorite. They love seeing you out there on the ice. Just take us through a game day for you and maybe what you love most about this game of hockey as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's now it's a little hectic right now at home with 2 kids, but it's, you know, this morning was spending time with family, and we went in, and then I have to leave. I go to the rink for a pregame skate, and you know, we have such an amazing group here. One that I feel really lucky to be around, but every day it's that energy that people bring, and it's exciting to be at the rink. And then I get to go home and I get to see my kids again, and it's been a blast, especially lately, and we love Washington. So then being able to come to Cap One with fans like this and go again in that room where guys they're so excited to play. They're excited to play in front of these fans and for the whole DMV area.
Do you ever get tired of a lobster?
No, never. We could talk for hours. That could be a whole new section.
And you used to make lobster rolls, right, and sell those, right?
I did, yeah. It was after my sophomore year, I opened up a lobster roll cart made out of an old sausage cart from Fenway. So I busted around in the summer around Rhode Island just trying to sell rolls.
Alexa, the man can do it all. Garnet, thanks, man. We really appreciate you coming up and joining us.
Thanks, I appreciate it.